They say business is booming. You hear that all the time, right? But what about the apartment boom? What about commercial development? Well, here to talk more about these things is Justin Cazana, a broker with Avision. We always appreciate you being here to talk about this. You always have your finger on the pulse of what's happening.
Try to.
So let's talk about the apartment boom that we've heard about.
Yeah, it's still happening. We're seeing it, and you're seeing apartments, you're seeing different houses going up around the market. Starting to see some slowing, and really that has to do a lot with capital and the cost of capital to build these projects. Also has to do with the number of projects that have been built. I mean, you look at downtown was the real hot spot for a long time. Vacancy was like 2%. That's jumped up to 12 or 13%, which is pretty significant, but that also has to do with some projects that have been built around the stadium and some other projects that have popped up. We expect that absorption to kind of catch up, but really on the apartment side, what we deal with new construction is it's expensive. It's tough to think about getting a 2-bedroom apartment for $3,000 a month. People talk about that missing middle. It's a real thing, and you got to catch up or somewhere inside to allow a family to be able to afford housing. So that's one of the real issues we're having to work through from an apartment development standpoint.
And what about the lowering interest rates? How does that play into all of this?
It's a big factor. The Federal Reserve just last week lowered its key interest rate by 1/4 point. We expect it to happen again in December. If that happens, that means it'll be a full point down from this time last year, which would be enormous. It's huge every day when it comes to credit cards, home loans, auto loans. I mean, all these things can be affected, and when it comes to construction, it makes things even a little less expensive, which can be very, very helpful.
Yeah, because everything was going up with construction costs
Absolutely.
all across the board.
And the cost of money didn't help.
So let's talk about Oak Ridge.
Yes.
Big things happening there. You think that this could be, transformational for the city?
It really is. And when we talk about Oak Ridge, Oak Ridge has been always a part of Knoxville, but kind of a secret part of Knoxville that no one really, it's out there. And, certainly we had the Manhattan Project, which started in World War II, but now we're talking about nuclear energy again. And these are the small modular reactors. And, these reactors that we talk about, it's not Watts Bar that took decades to build and design and approve. They're small. They're like the size of a house. And all of the big companies, the big names like GE, Amazon, Hitachi, obviously TVA playing a big part of this, are diving into Oak Ridge because this is where they're going to be started. And we're seeing dozens of companies make investments into this area. And we're talking, the projections are by 2030, 3,000 jobs and $2.6 billion worth of investment. And that's a conservative estimate. This is the new technology that's going to power data centers. It's going to be mobile. They're going to be able to move them around. And Oak Ridge is going to see the benefit of that. And so is West Knoxville. So is Clinton. It's going to expand from there, and we're going to see potential for an enormous amount of growth because of what's happening with that technology in Oak Ridge.
And my question will be, if there are maybe 3,000 employees coming, where are they going to be, and what does that mean for people?
Where are they going to live, and how are they going to drive out of Oak Ridge knowing it's just a 2-lane road? I've been talking about that. So the Clinch River site has kind of been the headquarters of where all this is going to start. So Roane County will get some benefit of it, Anderson County, but really we're going to see growth in Kingston, Lenoir City, Knoxville. All these general areas are going to be able to benefit from it because it is a regional project, not just one small area.
And just one quick last question: is this the time to move or buy property in Oak Ridge? Do you think then?
It's too late. I think people saw that a ways off, and they've that's kind of been gobbled up. And there's been a lot of development in Oak Ridge in the last couple of years, whether it's multifamily, whether it's single-family homes. We're seeing an enormous amount there.
Well, Justin, thank you so much. Always for your insight. We appreciate it. Okay.